talk about that. People don't want to talk about real justice, because the real justice is that the cops must put the work to investigate a case to get to the point, okay, that if you already have DNA in that crime scene, it has to be other elements surrounding that DNA that it will give you probable cause to arrest that person, and will give you probable cause for you to request a DNA sample. If we really want to talk about fucking investigative procedures and stuff, just saying. So Murphy was inside of an open room when, I don't know if anyone have listened to, if Maddie's door was closed or open. Had anyone heard anything about Maddie's room being closed or open, or being found open or closed? And if you ask me, it's reasons for that. Because sometimes when you don't say nothing about something, is the best way to hide it. But Santa's room door closed all the way until we found out that the door was open. Then now when we're gonna find out if it was truth, if Kaylee's door was closed or open, because for what we heard, Murphy was locked inside of Kaylee's room. That's what we heard. We don't know if it's true or not. But if you ask me, it makes sense that if Murphy was with Kiely and Maddie, and let's say these perpetrators are the people that we talked about, and they know they're about to do something, I believe that in the same way a lot of people been saying that it seems like the killer took Murphy and shut the door behind Murphy. This was talked about from the very beginning, that it seems that the killer had an emotional attachment to Murphy, because if he went there to kill, he would have killed Murphy too. He would have not grabbed Murphy and put in Kaylee's room and closed the door right behind him. And yeah, they said that Murphy was not a barker, but when you hear your owner and recognize the voice of your owner yelling and screaming, begging for help, dogs know when you are under stress. Dogs know when you are under stress, especially when the dog recognize, let's say if that was the case, two people that he loved the most, and he hear that one of them is asking for help, while the other one, God knows what he could be saying. But the opportunity of the killers, or the killer, one of the killer, being emotionally attached to Murphy, or emotionally attached to a dog perhaps, or to a dog perhaps, a dog lover, a dog person or whatnot, but it's like you're gonna love a dog more than what you love a human. You're gonna have compassion for a dog, but you're not gonna have compassion for the person that you're gonna kill. I don't know, it's very contradicting thoughts. Comment down below, talk to me. Whenever y'all watch on replay, make sure y'all comment, talk to me in the chat. Because if that door was open, and Maddie's door was open, Murphy would be all over the crime scene. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. If Murphy it was left at Kaylee's room and the door was open and Maddie's room would be open and again Santa's room was open, Murphy would be all over the place, messing around, probably try like wake Kaylee up and whatnot. You know, it'll disturb the crime scene as is Murphy was supposed to be considered as part of the evidence. I'm gonna explain why. It's certain things that don't make no sense. It seems that he moved Murphy from Maddie's room because we believe that Murphy would be in the same room with Kaylee and Maddie. They said they were sleeping, but obviously they were not. That was another lie. For what it seems, it was a lie. So I believe that, for example, if the killer was Jack the Cole, let's just pitbull and just, do imaginary situations. In my opinion, if Jack the Cole was the killer or one of the killers, when people say in the very beginning that it seems like the one of the killers grabbed Murphy, they say Murphy was found on a closed door. The Murphy was found with the door closed. But then what I'm saying, like, who found Murphy with the door closed inside of Kaylee's room? What was one of the friends? And that's the conversation that is being put out there, the conversation of one of the friends that it went inside the house. But then the cop put on the report that the door was open. So then, how come that the sheriff, instead of sending Murphy, soon as they found Murphy, right? It don't matter if he didn't have not one drip of blood. They were supposed to take Murphy to do forensics, to make sure to comb his hair, to comb his nails, to do DNA samples and stuff like that out of Murphy. That's him being clean. If by any chance Murphy had any victim's blood on him, they needed to know if they have Kaylee, Maddie, Ethan, or Santa's blood on him. Because then we wouldn't know where Murphy was at some point after the fact, if that happened. That would tell us that Murphy was not attended. So it seems like after Murphy was found, somehow Murphy was sent to a shelter. Hmm? How come that Murphy was brought up by the sheriff to a shelter, to an animal shelter,